Hello there, this is my first video update of the Porsche 911 GT1 build. It's coming along quite nicely, or has been recently anyway. I've got the engine finished as far as I can work out, aside from the oil reservoir, which is somewhere. I've not added very many details, just a few small ones. No plug wires on this because it sits so far back and so far down. They would be almost invisible. I've added a bit of detail on the top of the intercooler, the heat resistant pipes for instance, and these little strips of BMF which I just put on because I'd seen them in some reference photos. Other than that, there's these two pipes down here leading from the shock absorbers to the oil overflow reservoirs. Aside from that, the exhausts have been redone in alclad and slightly heat stained, which you can just about see at the back, as have the turbochargers. Now, the turbochargers went well, but what slightly annoys me is that once the body's on, they'll be invisible. Still, I know they're there. Interior, not coming along so well. Just the gear shifter in place there, and the firewall. Front end, brakes and suspension done. Not great, but it doesn't really matter because they will be invisible. The front splitter, that has turned out quite nicely. The clear coat nice and smooth on there. It's just missing the towing eye from just in here. Underside, clear coats working quite nicely, not very smooth, but I'll just need a few more coats. Other than that, the dashboard is getting there. I've made a hash of some of these buttons with my ham-fistedness. The decals have the clear film still visible on them, so with a bit of microsol they should fold down quite nicely. Door cards, they're also getting there. There's 6 different pieces for each one of these. 2 in these little recessed areas, 1 for the main bulk, 1 for this panel over here that runs underneath, and 2 for the rocker panels. So and given that you've got 2 cards, a dozen different decals, they do take quite a while, but it is worth it in the end once you can get a flat finish, as I haven't done. Wheels, they're sort of coming along, but they are quite spindly, they do take a long time. And then there's the seat, which I've made a bit of progress on. Opened up this bit here where there was previously a recessed vein, which was acceptable, but needed modification to make it the standard I wanted. Carbon fibre decals on the back as well, in place. The carbon fibre decals that the kit comes with have these as well, because this part, the seat, is A33, and I can't work out where these go. There's a corresponding one for each side, A33R and L. I can't work out where they go, so I'm just going to leave them out. Aside from that, the body is going nowhere. It's still plain plastic. It's been polished slightly. The seam lines have been removed more or less. They just need polishing up, but there's rough bits here and in the windscreen frame. Back end much the same, still held together with blue tack. Same on the rear wing. I haven't actually bought the paint for it yet. That is something I need to get onto soon. I'm quite happy with my progress recently, but not really overall, because it is now 2 months into the build almost, and I only put the engine into the chassis last week. This week, in fact. But overall, it could be going a lot worse. I'm pleased with some of the work I've done, but it needs tidying up a bit. There are splodges here and here somewhere, but they're not really too bad. Next thing to tackle is the seatbelt decals, which are somewhere. I don't really like seatbelt decals, so I don't intend to lay them straight onto the seat. 2 options, really, or 3 in fact. One is to lay them on a piece of very, very thin styrene, 0.25mm, and thread them through the seat, but that might be more trouble than it's worth, getting them to lie flat, because the styrene isn't too flexible. Another is to place them onto a piece of fabric to replicate the seatbelt material, but then I'd struggle with the buckles unless I cut them out of sheet plastic. The decals you can see are here, here, and over here somewhere, there. So they are quite a few, and the buckles are fairly numerous. Another idea I've had, well, come across, is to use an aftermarket set of photo etched buckles and fabric belts, but I don't really want to spend any more money on this because I'm a poor student, boo-hoo. Otherwise, it's coming along nicely. I've got a bit of progress to make fairly soon. The roll bars need to go in, they get fitted to the doors. They've got little pins on which the door bars fit, and after that I can progress with assembling the interior. And then it's just a question of putting the paint onto the body, and then all of these. And that should be fun. Perhaps. It will take me a while, but it's already taken me 2 months. What's another month? Right, that's the end of my first update. More to come soon, I hope. Thanks for watching.